Plants are an incredibly important kingdom of organisms. They are multicellular organisms with the amazing ability to make their own food from carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. They provide the foundation of many food webs, and animal life would not exist if plants were not around. Animals are a diverse group of organisms that make up the kingdom known as Animalia. They are a very familiar group of organisms and are the very kingdom of life that human belongs to. The first animals are thought to have evolved over 550 million years ago. Over the last 550 million years, the animal kingdom has become incredibly successful and diverse, with many million species now inhabiting Earth. Most of the plants and animal species are found worldwide, but there are some species which are exclusively found in a particular geographical location. We call those species as endemic species. Endemic species are important for a number of reasons. First, since endemic species have generally restricted distribution, threats to endemics carry more risk of extinction than for broadly distributed species. Today, I and my friends are going to discuss about endemic species, their cause of extinction, their geographical locations, etc. Let us now have a brief description of endemic species through a short video.
Now let us learn about the endemic species. For you to know, a species is a group of populations which are capable of interbreeding. Members of a species have common characteristics. Let me ask you a simple question. Do you find an apple tree growing in the South India? No. Apple trees are usually found in the northern parts of India. Thus, species of plants and animals which are found exclusively in a particular area are called endemic species. They are not found anywhere else. A particular type of animal or plant may be endemic to a zone, a state, or a country.
Habitat loss or loss of habitat. Imagine waking up one day only to discover that everything you have always known has instantly changed. The home you have lived in for your entire life is gone. The roads are much different, making navigation far more complicated, and you find yourself in areas that are unfamiliar to you. This scenario would be sad, extremely overwhelming, and many people would not survive. Yet, this is what happens every day to wildlife and underwater species, as their habitats are destroyed. As we exhaust natural resources, the homes of many animals are lost in this process. By definition, habitat loss is also known as habitat destruction, and it occurs when we destroy the natural shelters that are home to wildlife. This is only called as loss of habitat. Causes of loss of habitat. The vast majority of natural habitats are destroyed for human homes. Swamps and marshes are examples of areas known as wetlands. Effects of loss of habitat. Many plants can no longer grow because the composition of soil quantity is instantly changed, taking away the nutrients and the space that plants need to grow. With large amount of land use for industrial farming, runoff is another issue that contributes to the pollution that leads to habitat degradation, etc. Overexploitation. Overexploitation occurs when living organisms are hunted to such an extent that their population is not able to maintain itself, even if it was initially abundant. For example, passenger pigeons, once numerous across North America, were hunted for food and now extinct. Solutions: making advertisement and campaigns, amending some legislations on this topic, setting up national parks and wildlife sanctuaries.
Introduced species. An introduced species is a species living outside its native distributional range but has arrived there by a human activity, directly or indirectly. Introduced species that have become established and spread beyond the place of introduction are considered naturalized. The introduction of new species can have a significant impact on endemic species. This is because the new species may prey on or compete for resources with the existing species. Example: gypsy moth in eastern North America, red fox in Australia, grey squirrel in Europe, etc. Ecosystem disruption. The living organisms in an ecosystem are often linked together. This link may be a food chain, the pollination by plants by insects, bats and birds, or the shelter that plants provide for certain animals. Because of these links, the reduction in the population of one species can affect the population of other species. Example, nectar, which is fed by butterflies, which is fed by small birds, and small birds which is fed by foxes. If any of these species in a natural food chain can get disturbed by human activities or natural calamities, then the other animal who feed on the particular animal would also be disturbed.
Now let us see and learn some examples of endemic species, their habitat, and where you can see them after lockdown. Asiatic lion. These types of lions are endemic and are only found in Asia, that is, western parts of India, and are slightly smaller than the normal lions of Africa. They are found in abundance in Gir National Park. The other two places where they are found are Mityala Wildlife Sanctuary and Girnar National Park. These are the first three protected areas that represent the core habitat of the lion population. Adult male Asiatic lions weigh from 160 to 190 kilograms, while females weigh from 110 to 120 kilograms. Their population has steadily increased since 2010. Another example is the orange-breasted sunbird. They are also called Anthophis violacea birds. Males are orange in color and females are olive green. These birds are endemic to Fibnus biome of South America's Western Cape. They form flocks of up to 100 birds. The orange-breasted sunbird's main diet is flower nectar. The last but not the least type of endemic species is a type of a monkey. This species of monkey is called the lion-tailed macaque or the wanderer and is endemic to the western Ghats of South India. As the name suggests, it is called so because of its lion-like tail. The lion-tailed macaque is a rainforest dweller and is found in forests of Kerala. It is a good climber and is active exclusively in daylight hours. Unlike other macaques, it typically avoids humans when possible. The lion-tailed macaque ranks among the rarest and the most threatened primates.
Endemic species are important for a number of reasons. First, since endemic species have generally restricted distribution, threats to endemic carry more risk of extinction than for broadly distributed species. Thus, endemic species are a focus of conservation of biological diversity or biodiversity. It is important to take care of animals we have today and their environment. We humans are the main cause of the extinction. Because of our need and greed, we destroyed the endangered animals. When a species becomes endangered, it is a sign that ecosystem is slowly falling apart. Each species lost their triggers a loss of the other species within its ecosystem. Humans depend on healthy ecosystem to purify our environment. We must remember that to protect species from extinction and to protect our biodiversity, we need to save animals to save our future.